Determine if the function is odd, even, or neither, and the function f of x is equal to negative x to the fifth minus 6x plus 1. Okay, so here's our function. In order to determine if f is an even function, that is if f of the input of negative x is equal to f of x for all x in the domain of f. A function f is an odd function if f of negative x is equal to the negative times the f of x for all x in a domain. So let's first determine whether it is an even function. Okay, so determine whether it is an even function. So what that means is that f of negative x should equal f of x. Okay, so f of negative x means that we're going to plug in the negative value for x, so it's going to be negative x to the fifth minus 6 times negative x plus 1. And we want to see if it's going to equal f of x, which is negative x to the fifth minus 6x plus 1. Okay, so if we take negative, and then negative x to the fifth is going to be negative x to the fifth, and this negative 6 times negative x is plus 6x plus 1. You want to see if it's going to equal negative x to the fifth minus 6x plus 1. Well, this negative times this negative is going to make this a positive. So this is x to the fifth plus 6x plus 1. And does that equal negative x to the fifth minus 6x plus 1? Well, the answer is no. So therefore, f of negative x does not equal f of x. So it's not an even function. Okay, so now let's determine whether it is an odd function. Determine whether it's an odd function, we're going to take f of negative x, and we want to see if it's going to equal negative times the function f of x. So f of negative x means, again, we have negative, let's go ahead and do this again. So we have negative parentheses negative x as the input to the fifth power minus 6 times negative x plus 1. And then that's going to equal negative times the function negative x to the fifth minus 6x plus 1. So here we have negative times negative x to the fifth is negative x to the fifth plus 6x plus 1. And then we're going to distribute this sign to all of those terms, which gives us positive x to the fifth plus 6x, and then that's minus 1. And so therefore, when we distribute the negative times the negative, we get x to the fifth plus 6x plus 1. And does that equal x to the fifth plus 6x minus 1? It does not. So therefore, we would say that f of negative x does not equal negative f of x. So it's not an odd function. Okay, so therefore, that means it's what? Neither. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So it's not an even, it's not odd, it's neither. Let's go ahead and check. And there is our result.